that's now going to bring us to the presentation portion of our meeting.
Morning, Commissioner Hudley Hayes, Vice President DeLucich, Chief Crowley, City Attorney, Leticia, command staff, invited guests, and especially Captain Davies.
Good morning.
So I'm here today to recognize retired LAFD Captain Davies, Lisa Davies. So would you, at this time, would you please come up here and look as we recognize you?
My name is the chair, because she says.
Okay, so just a little bit about retired Captain Delisa Davies. So she was the oldest of 8 children, born in Tucson, Arizona, and a recent retiree of the LAFD after 31 years of service. So this month, as we're recognizing Women's History Month, as stated here, she's also the first black female firefighter, so very significant in our department's history. Mm-hmm. So she had a love of basketball, volleyball, and softball, and was motivated to coach throughout her entire life. Delisa was also an Army veteran. Thank you for your service. I'm a Marine Corps as well. And she's a mother of 1, and a nana of 1, and an auntie of many. So in her first 22 years of service, they were spent in very high incident areas, including South Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, Lincoln Heights, and Highland Park. She represented many areas of Los Angeles where she grew up as a kid. Delisa was then asked by the fire chief to increase women and minority numbers when assigned to the recruitment unit. So during that assignment, she was involved in many successful programs, such as the mentoring program, the mock oral interview preparation, CPAP, which is a simulation exercise, the military recruitment program, and literature transition program, which also included high school outreach. So even in retirement, Delisa has continued to drive her recruitment effort for women and minorities in the fire service, so, and as well as our military. So she's been a proctor for FCTC, the written exam. She's also been involved with CPAP, and she meets candidates as they're entering the field. As they're graduating from the tower, she meets them, and she helps them as they're transitioning and relocating to different job assignments. She's also been involved with editing resumes. She sends out email blasts and helps in training and provides PowerPoints to females and those who are in need of assistance with interviews. So Delisa also has a special interest in military veterans as an Army veteran herself. So what does she claim as her motivation for success? It's her father. Her father taught her, you can do anything that you put your mind to. There is no such thing as the word can't in her family. It does not exist in their family's vocabulary. Stand up for injustice, and as her dad would say, not in my face. And always, always leave everything better than you found it. And I think it's safe to say that she left the LAFD better than she found it. So at this time, we have a short video that we would like to play that's been mentioned that aired by some of our local news.
Delisa, do you need to sit? We're not done yet.
We're only just getting started.
We're just getting started.
There will be people that will tell them that, no, you can't do it, you're not cut out for this job or anything, but you know who you are in here. And you can't let anybody dictate who you are, because you know who you are, but you have to believe that.
We celebrate heroes during Black History Month. Sometimes those heroes are right next door. Delisa Davies is one of them. She's the first black female firefighter in the LAFD. We meet appropriately at the African American Firefighters Museum near downtown Los Angeles. Her story is worth celebrating.
This is a very good career for women, men, anybody that wants to give back.
It was 1984. By then, Delisa was already fearless. She spent 5 years in Germany in the U.S. Army as an intelligence specialist. When she came back home, she applied to the LAFD. And to make a long story short, she would not take no for an answer. Delisa made it. She was assigned to her old neighborhood in Crenshaw.
Basically, I grew up in the area. I was just proud to represent, and a lot of the people realized that I was the same kid that used to walk to church, and so they were proud of me as well.
Not everyone was proud. Not everyone was happy to see her on the job.
There were some that didn't talk to us, but that was fine. They tried to haze me, but that didn't matter.
Despite the obstacles, and with the help of friends, Delisa's career flourished at the LAFD. She was certified in just about every specialty and every piece of equipment. And yes, she even qualified to drive the truck. In 2009, after many difficult challenges and ordeals, she was promoted to captain. It was an amazing moment. So amazing, she didn't believe it.
I thought it was a joke, really, because Chief McKnight called me and he was like, "Congratulations, you're promoted to captain." And I knew that they had failed me again, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, haha," because it was April Fool's Day, and so I kind of just thought it was a joke. And so I hung up, and I was, still doing my work. He called me again. "If you don't get up here and get your badge," he was waiting for me upstairs. And so I was like, okay. So I went upstairs and I got my badge, and then I was like, okay, now what?
Now what? Delisa points to Mayor Bass and Vice President Kamala Harris and tells me she's jazzed about the future. And Delisa helped pave the way. In Los Angeles, Laura Diaz, Fox 11 News.
All right, so at this time we have a certificate of appreciation, and I'd just like to read this. So this is in recognition with sincere gratitude for your dedicated service, diligent efforts, and commitment to the development of equal career opportunities within the fire service, particularly for women in the African American community. On behalf of the Los Angeles City Fire Department, we commend you for your professionalism, your service to the citizens of the city of Los Angeles. The Los Angeles City Fire Department also commends you and extends our appreciation for your outstanding support and relationship with future firefighter candidates throughout your mentorship work at the LAFD Youth Metro Fire Academy. Your dedication has benefited the members of the LAFD, many of which are in this room, and the community that we serve. Your work has reflected well on the entire fire service. We wish you the best in your retirement. Signed on this 19th day of March 2024, Fire Chief Kristen Crowley. So, would you like to say a few? All right, well then we'll have Chief Crowley, would you mind saying a few words?
I would love to, and I'm sure everybody else here would love to say a little something. So, Captain Davies, if you could just step up to you don't have to speak, but just to the mic so everybody can see you. I just want to do a quick little exercise. So, if people in the room, standing room only, by the way, and I'm not surprised by this at all, when you have a human being like you who has impacted so many people, if Captain Davies impacted your life, your career on a personal or professional way, please stand up. So let's take that in for just a moment. Captain Davies, go ahead and sit down, everybody. Thank you for doing that. So that was pretty much everybody. One thing that came to mind was the impacts that you've had on all of us here, including me. And with that, one thing that came to mind was if she can see her, she can be her. And you talk about the impact of what you've been through, your career, your tenacity, your will to just continue to give back is incredible. And you've been retired since 2015, I believe. You keep showing up. to our youth development programs. I talked to one of our firefighters in the back over here, and he said, just gave me a quick little story and said that you showed up at, I guess it was a community college, and you said, I'm thinking about doing this, and guess who stepped up? Right here, Captain Davies. And actually, she squeezed his arm and said, you better start working out. Truth, right? That's the truth. So that's just one of hundreds, if not thousands, of people that you have impacted. We've got people from sworn, civilian, retired. We have retired Chief Barry here, our 15th fire chief. Thank you, sir, for being here to support us. You've got active members. I see some retirees in the back. And this is just a small little portion of people that you have impacted. So on behalf of our department, and specifically from me to you, thank you for who you are, for what you have continued to help us grow as an organization. You are a reminder, a stark reminder, that it's never going to be enough in regard to our push within our organization to ensure that we do have proper representation for all the right reasons. Very, very proud of you. Thank you for what you've done. And here's to a long and happy, healthy retirement. And please keep coming back. Thank you, Cap. Couple more.
Oh, yeah. Commissioners, comments?
Oh, I would just like to say that Captain Davies was here when I came. And after she retired, I started noticing her at the youth academies and in different places. And sometimes I would say to her, wow, retirement is really good for you, because she was looking really great. So, and hearing your story is quite inspiring, and we need to continue to pass that story on so that people hear it and inspire others to come behind you. Thank you for your continued service. Thank you for your military service to this country. And the Marines is no joke. So that was that was an outstanding service. And I'm happy that you ended up with LAFD. And thank you for inspiring so many young people, and we need you to continue, because as you know, we still have a lot of room to grow. And anything you can share with anyone about how we can do it better, or what you think needs to be done, please, I'm all ears. I would love to hear. And I'm sure that those years were trying years. I just know from all the stories I've heard. But I'm glad to see that you were strong enough, tough enough, and your daddy put it in you. You're not going to take anything. And he prepared you for the fire department when you didn't even know you were doing that. So thanks so much for all your service in every capacity, and we look forward to your future endeavors to help us grow.
Thank you. Commissioner DeLucich?
I just wanted to explain why I stood up when Chief Crowley asked who's been affected by Captain Davies. When I worked for then Councilmember Jackie Goldberg, who was chairing the Personnel Committee, yes, I did, and you were there, and Captain Davies, I don't think you were a captain yet, but a group of very brave women came forward to talk to then Councilmember Jackie Goldberg to describe what women and black firefighters were facing in the department. And they faced, we had to meet off-site. We met at Denny's and Jackie Goldberg's house, and we learned a lot, and that resulted in hearings in the Personnel Committee, that resulted in the Human Relations Development Commission, whatever it was. Anyway, we learned, so I so appreciate that you were part of that group, and I cannot even imagine what it must have been like in those early days. But and we know we don't just need more women and black firefighters, but we need to change the culture, and it is changing, and we have a long way to go. And I hope you feel proud at the changes that are occurring and that will continue to occur under the leadership of our constituent groups and unions and our fire chief. So I just Thank you so much. Oh, I wanted to say, sorry, that's why I wanted to be on the Fire Commission. That's why I begged Mayor Bass to put me on the Fire Commission, because of what I learned from you and some of those other women then called the Sirens in LAFD. So thank you for that, and I hope I can help achieve what you've been working toward. Thank you.
I stood up because 10 years ago, I was asked by then Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa to be part of the Fire Commission. And he asked me to be the president of the Fire Commission. And I didn't have a clue. I didn't know anything about the fire department. All I knew was that the trucks were there and you were supposed to pull your car over to the right, because I'm 900 years old, and you learned that in high school, you know, when you had driver's education. People now just stop their cars in each square, but you're supposed to pull to the right. So I didn't know anything about it. I'd never been into a fire station as a citizen. I passed by them, but I knew nothing at all about the Los Angeles Fire Department. And then I met Delisa, who mentored me, who explained things to me, who talked to me about the structural barriers, who talked to me about the challenges. But this woman also talked to me about how much and how deeply she cared about the Los Angeles Fire Department. No matter how often they rejected her, no matter how often she had to suffer what pilgrims suffer, which are the slings and the arrows in the back, because you're moving forward and everybody is behind you, so you get shot in the back. I could call her anytime, night or day. I could talk to her offline. And what impressed me most about her was that she was not angry, and she was not hostile, and she did not feel that the things that she was going through in the fire department were not going to, in fact, help other people not to have to go through what she went through. I became a better commissioner. I became a better president. I got a better vision of the fire department, where it was, where it needed to go. And Delisa, I want you to hear me say that I'm back after 10 years. Obviously, I'm a glutton for punishment. And I still carry with me all of those lessons that you taught me, all of the things that I learned. And that is part of what makes me who I am as a black woman, because I watched you and I understood what it was that you were doing. So I want to read something. I am probably the most radical person on the Fire Commission, but I want to read something to you from, what?
I said, I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're pretty radical yourself. Angela Davis was always a person who I really respected and admired. She was one of my professors when I was at UCLA. And here's what she said about black women. She said, black women have had to develop a larger version of our society than perhaps any other group. They've had to understand white men, white women, and black men. They also have had to understand themselves. When black women win victories, it is a boost for virtually every segment of society. And for me, that's who you are. And so I am very happy to be part of a fire commission, and I want to recognize Chief Crowley, because it is because of her that we were able to put this together. And after almost a decade, have you come back to the home that you left 9 years ago and be honored in this way. And so I want to recognize that, Chief Crowley, you can have an idea, but it's the chief that has to actualize that idea. So no matter what kind of idea we have, it is to Chief Crowley's credit that she said, it's time, it's past time. And I just wanted you to know the impact that you had on my life.
right, so please don't go anywhere. We have one more. You can go ahead and have a seat, and then we'll take pictures. We'll take pictures at the end of this, so please don't leave. So
He
Wait,
did
wait.
ask her, but she said no, I think.
Do you want to, would you like to say something? No, you can't. Okay. All right.
Okay, so again, in honor of Women's History Month, we do have one more presentation to make that's not on the agenda. President Hudley Hayes, would you please come up to the podium?
Not sure.
This is a certificate of appreciation from the Board of Fire Commissioners to you. I couldn't believe that as a first female fire chief, nobody did a certificate of appreciation for you. You've 2 years on the job, and what I want to say to you is that this fire commission, and I hope everybody in this room understands that during Women's History Month, this woman is also a history maker. She's the first woman to run the second largest fire department in the nation. Even though this is Women's History Month, Chief Berry was the first black fire chief
Is that
in the
right?
Los Angeles Fire Department. We should recognize that. So I want to read this to you in celebration of Women's History Month and for your 2 years of dedicated service as fire chief. We extend our heartfelt gratitude and admiration. Your leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment have significantly improved our community and the Los Angeles City Fire Department. We are privileged to have you as a leader and look forward to your continued positive impact in the years ahead. I would like to say personally to everybody who's in this room, if you're not understanding Chief Crowley's vision for this fire department, you need to make sure that you talk to her so that you understand that. I hear people all the time saying to me, well, where's she going? What's she trying to do? What does she want to have happen? What I'm saying to you is that those are foolish statements. This woman has stood before you for 2 years, and she has explained to you who she is, where she's going. Get on board or get out of her way. I am astonished by the number of people who keep saying to me, but Commissioner, we don't know where she's going. Everybody in this room knows where she's going. So you're either going to push her from behind and help her, or you're going to hold your hand out and you're going to pull her forward, or you're going to be in the way. And I have talked with Chief Crowley enough times to understand that in her way is not a good place to be. So I want to thank you for your courage, for what I know about you, for the relationship that I have had with you, the courage that you have to say, I'm going to change the climate and the culture of 50 years of unwillingness. Is like putting a 3,000-pound rock on your back and trying to go uphill. And I think I speak for all of the commissioners. We have part of that rock with you, and we're going to support you. The mayor's going to support you, and I am looking forward to the next 3 years of the ride with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Just briefly, thank you, ma'am. You did not have to do that, but with that, this is why we're here. and I want to focus on you and your legacy. And we talk about there's still work to be done, there's still work to be done. And when I see you, I'm reinvigorated. So thank you. Thank you to the Stentorians and everybody that's in this room. We all know where we need to go, and we're going to get there. So the collaboration, the teamwork, just the will to be better as an organization, it's our time. So thank you to the commissioners for the opportunity, but I want to focus back on you. So thank you very much, and again, let's get to work. So thanks, everybody. Yes.
I think the Stentorians, Robert, do you?
We have one more presentation, Madam President.
Okay,
If that's okay.
it's fine.
Can I have Tanika Hubbard, Lark, Firefighter Lark, come up here? You know what? Can I have all female firefighters, active and retired, come up here, please? Okay, this is Firefighter Lark. She's recently gotten hired, finished our academy, is on probation. It was extremely important that we have her here this morning because I wanted her to have the opportunity. She was scheduled to work. I wanted her to have the opportunity to sit here and shake Captain Delisa Davis' hand for being the first black female firefighter on this job. So let me introduce you. This is Captain Delisa Davies. This is Firefighter Lark, one of our recent hires and recent Stentorian members. Like I said before, I may be the president of the Stentorians, but I'm not running anything. I have two women that are in leadership positions, okay, that are the executive vice president and assistant vice president. So I need to step aside because they have a presentation for Captain Delisa Davies.
Hi, Cap. I know my speech earlier, I was a little bit more emotional than I expected to be, but it's my honor to be able to present you with an award of appreciation because you've sacrificed numerous years for us to be here. You've dedicated your career for recruitment, retention, and promotion. You are an example of who we want to be and who we strive to be. And today, as the Stentorians, we would like to recognize you for all of your efforts. So, thank you.
Please don't make me cry. Thank you for, I'd rather not. This is overwhelming for me. I'm usually in the background, and I will be in a couple seconds, but I just want to tell everybody thank you and for letting me represent the fire department and you putting up with me and surviving Delisa Davies. Thank you.
Maybe a good chance to get a photo. Go on up. You're.
this picture.
Everybody look here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There you go, Mom, smile. There it is.
See that beautiful smile. One more. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, all right, commissioners, want to come on in?
Yes.
Hey, you. How are you? Oh, that's good.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I got him.
Okay.
Can we get the family too?
Yes. Okay, now everybody out and the family come in? Sure. Come on, family.
Yeah, I was like a week behind them. They separated. It's actually Tanya first. I represent the county as one of the first. Yeah, I can write a book.
Everybody ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Above. Good? All right.
Good? All right, everybody.
Chief Barry, so we get all the first. Chief Barry, do you mind getting a picture up here too? We'll get 3 first.
He's no visitor. No, he's not.
One, 2, 3.
I know. Those are some tough times.